what's going to happen tonight. I'm going to present to you a poem. When we first met our friends on the factory room floor, the place was a mess. But to help with the chore, the doctor, named Monday, had taken a can and given it legs so it stood like a man. It was made to clean up, to help pick up trash, but instead it fell down to the floor with a crash. Kimmy helped it get up, and we learned something too. Like Doc made the robot, our God has made you. Day 2 came around and the inspector was here. Our crew started cleaning, full of doubt and full of fear. Then Kimmy got jealous and she cooked up a plot to make Timmy seem like a faulty robot. She trashed the whole room so the inspector would find it and made it real clear that dear Timmy was behind it. The inspector insisted that Timmy be shut down, but it just wasn't safe to keep robots around. On day number 3, the doc had some suspicions that Timmy just couldn't enact such seditions. So Doc gave him a head, and Deb welded it on tight. Then they gave him a voice, and they gave him his sight. With the inspector right there, they asked our friend Timmy, "Now who made this mess? Would he tell on dear Kimmy?" "It was me," Timmy stated, then this sent a shock through Deb, through Kimmy, and especially the doc. So Timmy was sentenced to be taken apart, but Doc couldn't do it. It had broken his heart. Then Kimmy revealed it was her who had messed up, and to save Timmy, she thought she should fess up. But it was too late. Timmy paid for the sin. He'd shown Deb and Kim how God's love can begin, to heal broken hearts and let people forgive, even though in the end, Timmy just couldn't live. And now here we are, after day number 4, to see all the things that the crew has in store. So let's see what happens to Doc, Deb, and Kimmy when the inspector comes back after carting off Timmy.
Okay, Doc, I got the last stack of papers for you to sign.
Oh, wonderful, wonderful. I'm just not sure exactly how.
What do you mean, how? Okay, the little pointy thing on the end, there's a little messy part, and you just sign. It's real easy.
I know how to use a writing utensil. I'm just not sure what name I should use.
Okay, well, today is Friday. Why don't you use Dr. Friday?
Well, that's just it. What if I sign it Dr. Friday, but they don't read it until next Thursday? Do they want to know who I am right now, who I will be when they read it, or who I was when they gave me the paperwork in the first place?
Doctor, you mean to tell me you haven't signed any of these papers? The inspector's going to be here any minute, and he said that we needed to have these papers signed today, or else they're going to shut us down.
I can't sign anything when I'm having a temporal existential crisis.
Doctor, please. You need to make up a name right now, then stick with it. Maybe something that would represent what you were, what you are, and what you can be in the future.
That's so crazy it just might work. Although I'll have to change all the labels on my underwear.
Doctor, what name are you going to choose?
Well, it's got to be something that takes into account the continual generation of cells within the human body.
Doctor, we don't have time for this.
I also needed to take into account my contributions to science and my dedication to humanity.
We need you to sign these papers.
I was thinking Dr. Steve.
Doctor, please.
That doesn't sound very scientific.
Oh, what about Doctor Who?
It's taken.
Yes. Dr. Wen?
I think we're close.
Doctor, no!
Hey!
Doctor
Now!
I think that may work.
Deborah, you're a genius. I'll use Dr. Now. I'll put it on my answering machine. Hello, you've reached Dr. Now. Please leave a message at the beep right now. It works. You're a genius. I'll just take these back to the copy machine, and I'll sign all of them, and I'll keep them all in order. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Kimmy, how you doing? You look kind of down.
I am down.
Well,
I just don't feel right in this coat yet. And every time I see Doc cleaning up after himself and looking for a trash can, I just can't help but feel responsible.
no, Doc forgave you. It's okay. That means that it's all right. You don't have to feel bad. You don't have to feel guilty anymore. You know what? He gave you that coat for a reason. You know what? He said, I've got big plans for you.
Well, I just wish I could believe it.
Well, don't believe me. Believe your stickers.
My stickers?
Yeah, you know, those Post-it notes that you have in your locker room mirror. You know, there's one that says something about having big plans or something.
Yes, Jeremiah 29:11. For I know the plans I have for you, says the Lord.
Yeah, that's the one. But I wish it was better. It had something that said a good plan. I don't know.
Well, actually, it does say that. The next part of the verse says that God's plans for us are for welfare and not for calamity. I didn't know you read those.
Well, I don't usually, but it seems like when you are reading them, you feel a little better. You know, I wish I had something like that.
Well, Deb, why don't you try reading the Bible?
You know, I'm a woman of science. I don't know. It's just not for me. I just have a hard time making sense of all those things in the Bible.
Kind of like the miracles and stuff.
Yeah, I've never seen a miracle. You know, I need to see something that I can sit down on a science table and I can examine it. It's hard for me to believe that.
Oh, Doc, someone's here!
Open the door!
Oh, that's the inspector! Oh my goodness, have you signed those papers yet?
They're on the copy machine.
Oh,
Okay, you get the box and I'll get the paperwork.
no. Okay.
Oh, dear.
Oh.
Okay.
Okay.
What do we do?
Act natural.
What? Oh,
Right this way.
oh,
Oh, yes. Everything does look like it's in excellent condition.
Thank you very much. We've worked very hard to make this a safe work environment.
Well, good. What about the paperwork? Is it filled out properly and in order?
yes. They're all here in the box you left for us.
Wonderful.
Here it is.
Yes, let me see. Oh, yes, everything does seem to be in order. I think that wraps things up.
Well, thank you very much, Inspector.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you. Well, I can't be staying around. I do have a meeting to be getting to. Dr. Friday, do you happen to have the time?
Oh, it's now.
Well, yes, I know it's now, but I really need the time, Dr. Friday.
Oh, it's now.
I don't.
Let me explain. The doctor doesn't change his name anymore.
But it's Friday, and what about all those cells and things?
Oh, they're sloughed off with the ravages of time. I will be known as Dr. Now from now unto the future.
And it's 7:16.
Oh, in that case, I got it going. Oh, one more thing. Dr. Now, this is for you.
Why, thank you, Inspector.
You're welcome. Hopefully, I won't be seeing you guys too soon.
I look forward to not seeing you as well. Interesting.
Hey, Doc, what you got there?
It looks like a little note, a form, and there's a small device inside.
Oh,
I'll read the note first.
It says, press this button after reading the form. Warmest regards, the inspector. Well, it's from HARM. Dr. Insert name here. That was very nice. You have been selected by the Human Accident Reporting and Management Department to be the testing ground for a new artificial intelligence home and office service project. You are to conduct trial runs in a controlled environment and report the results directly back to HARM for further evaluation. The enclosed device will activate the project.
well,
Well, what?
Push the button.
All right, here we go. 1, 2, 3.
Well, that was
Odd.
I wonder what the inspector meant by an artificial intelligence home and office service project.
Could it be a security system?
maybe a copy machine?
Or a bipedal detritus and management system.
Oh, Timmy!
Hi.
You're alive!
Greetings.
How did you get here?
The inspector had a change of protocol. He decided to have me rebuilt and outfitted with new safety programming and alarms so that I can begin my trial runs at the Maker Fun factory.
That is the best news I've ever heard. What's the first thing you want to do now that you're home?
Let us get to work.
Let's get to work! All right, come on, Timmy. Faster!
Hey, isn't that incredible?
Yeah.
I can't believe that the inspector had a change of heart, and we can now have Timmy back. That just doesn't make any sense.
That is what grace feels like.
What?
Yes, grace. It's God loving us all the time, even when we don't deserve it.
But it makes absolutely no sense.
Well, Deb, I think grace is something that you just can't put on a table and study.
Oh, yeah. I see what you mean.
Yeah, I think you saw your first miracle.
You know, I think you're right.
Maybe. Let's go see what Doc and Timmy are up to.
All right, let's go.